say it because I've been producing to different music in FL Studio. Trap being one of them. Trap being the reason I even got into music production in the first place. You know, hip hop, rap, and trap. You know, the 808s, the short release kicks. You know, the super dry kicks and things like that. This is why I started music production. Is reaching the end of the fucking road and seeing how it's made. I hate it. Like I'm actually starting to get tired of. It's usually it's usually these three parts of the process. It's like three main details of the process that I just hate. Um, the first one being we're losing that whole aspect of like the 2000s rock music where the verses were very spacious and then the chorus kind of really droned in and got loud and super crunched, super, you know, saturated and crunched. And it made the choruses kind of like it made when the chorus dropped, it felt like you were entering another dimension in the song. But nowadays we have the absolute. So okay, you add the kick in the 808, it's hitting the ceiling. Then you take the 808 out. It's like the kick should come down a little bit, right? Because now it's not adding that bass volume to it. But no, it's just still hitting the ceiling. It's still hitting the ceiling. And I'm getting tired of how that sounds like we're not like it sounds like you're not entering that other dimension. You only get that on the drop, on the beat drop, but then you know, if you don't take the drums out for a minute and let the melody breathe, you never get that again. And it's not the same as when you would have a verse with all the space and then the chorus would really just drone in. I don't think people understand what I'm saying unless they go back and listen. But we're missing that aspect. It's one of the main details. The second one is the whole idea of producing it to begin with. Like, okay, lining up the phase on these kicks and 808s, you have to go through, invert the phase. I find myself so highlighting a part of my song timeline, highlighting the part where the kick and the 808 hit, and then inverting the phase of the kick to make sure, just to make sure I replay it like 30 times, inverting the kick back, figure out which way is the right phase. And I gotta be honest, I hate that aspect of music production. I'm one of those guys. I'm like an old school composer. You know, I like sitting in my piano roll, making sure these tones create something beautiful. I'm that guy that that's the part I enjoy. But this whole like inverting the phases and shit, and then getting it to clip just right so that it just sounds like you're kind of punching your phone screen when the kick plays through a phone speaker. Like it just it's annoying, you know, that kind of stuff is so annoying. It's not, I don't know. It's annoying, but when you reach the end of the fucking road as a trap producer and you reach the end of the loudness war road and your freaking drums are slamming out of just outside of the 0 decibel range and a clipper can't even hold them back anymore, you start to realize that this shit is dumb. It's dumb, bro. Turn the velocities down. Focus on like good music. You guys are being carried by saturator knobs and clippers. And I'm guilty of it too. I'm guilty of it too, but you know, I try to make sure that you know each sound that I add is meaningful, and that's before I ever run it into any kind of clippers or saturators or worry about the phase. You know, I worry about the pitch and tonality. So many people, trap producers, absolutely carried by these programs, and their 808s are so out of key. And it's not even melodically cohesive. It's not even a cohesive piece. You have your scale of your 808 in fucking D sharp major, while your fucking uh, melody C minor. Like what are we doing here? And so eventually I'm like, you know what? Carry dog. And don't get me wrong, I use some of the tools too. I use some of the things that carry you as well, like the chord generator. Oh my god, I love using that. It saves me so much time. But then I still go in and I don't let the robot completely carry me. I still go in and I manually adjust my notes. The only thing that does is it saves me time having to write in my chords manually and figure out, how the progression of the song is going to go. But then I'm still going to go in and add my rhythmic chops or arpeggiate certain points of it. But like so many people are letting their DAW, their digital audio workstation, choose their sound for them. And it's like, what was the point of starting your own studio if it wasn't to have creative control? If you're just going to let the DAW decide your music for you, anyways. The clippers, the saturators, they cover up mistakes. They cover up that note that's just a semitone too sharp. So be careful. You guys are being lied to.